Hello and welcome to the Nerd Soup Podcast. I'm Bo Oliver. I'm the voice of the blue cricket alien cockroach. I don't really know what I am. I'm here with the turtle, Manny Cortez, Marissa Cortez. Wow, are you guys related? No, that's a common name. And Aaron Benford Samuel, the voice of the monkey. This is the Nerd Soup Podcast. You can also check us out on SoundCloud at the Nerd Soup Podcast, on iTunes at the Nerd Soup Podcast. Basically, we're just laid back. We're talking about the topics of the week. So, Aaron, what's our first topic? And how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. What about you guys?
I'm all right. You know.
All right. Well, that was fantastic. Well, the whole Joker origin story, DC's planning a Joker origin movie. Martin Scorsese is attached, Todd Phillips. And apparently Jared Leto will not be returning.
Thank God. He was awful.
It'll be a teen Joker.
You know what?
Right?
He didn't have a chance. They gave him zero opportunity to have any success.
He was
in that
bad.
Whole movie. He was bad. He was in for 5 minutes. I think.
Hubba.
You said he didn't.
Oh, I love Jared
Leto. In your
Leto.
Suicide
I love
Squad
Jared
review, you
Leto's
said he
Joker.
didn't mind Jared Leto's Joker.
No, I not only do I not mind it, I thought he was a good Joker. I thought, like you said, that they never gave him a chance. How much screen time did he have in that movie? He was in the movie for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And the writing was atrocious, but the way he looked, his mannerisms, his voice, even his Joker laugh. This movie, they say this is officially going to be outside of the DCEU. So it's not going to have any connections to the larger universe at all. It's just an independent
I don't like that.
movie.
Like it's kind of, I guess because we know, but it's kind of confusing to the casual fan. I feel like if you're going to have this huge Justice League extended universe and have Joker, one of the most popular villains in the DCU, in the DC universe, have an outside movie. It's very...
I feel like it's better that Joker doesn't have a movie at all. Like, I don't see the point of an origin movie for Joker. I feel like it's better when you don't know his motives for anything. Like, he's just a crazy dude. Leave it at that.
Also, Joker has no true origin in the comics, right?
Right, and I think that
there has been adaptations where he has had a
the Killing
origin.
Joke is the main one.
But there's been like a multiple, right?
Right, I think that adds to the mystique of the character that you don't know what made him this way.
Tim Burton Batman, which everyone loves, and Jack Nicholson's considered probably the best Joker besides for Heath Ledger.
I hate that origin.
Well, I'm just saying that they showed his origin
That's
as
the one
well.
where he killed Batman's parents.
Yeah, where he was Joe Chill. And I'm pretty sure they just did that in the comics again. But I think Heath Ledger had the best one because he would give in every situation, he would give you a new origins, that his dad used to beat his mom, that he had a girlfriend that was sick. And
Well, they definitely played on the fact that no one knows his origin.
Right.
So they kind of had fun with that, and I thought it was fantastic. But I don't mind knowing his origin, but as long as it's done right. Just like with any movie, if it's done right and well, then it doesn't really matter what the story is.
It'll definitely be like 3.5 hours long, though. We can look forward to that.
yeah, it's just how many fucks are going to be in this movie? They're going to go for the Wolf of Wall Street record. I think this is going to be rated R.
Well, if it's Scorsese, I think. I mean,
that's what gets me into this.
Yeah, I mean,
you tell me Scorsese is producing a Joker movie?
It's definitely going to be good.
Because I'll be straight up like mobster Joker, like
right. It reminds me of Taxi Driver. That it's basically instead of New York, it's going to be Gotham, and you hear all these stories about Gotham, how it's essentially inside of the DC universe. It's Chicago. And you can incorporate the Chicago Mafia. You can incorporate all the crime. The director, if Martin Scorsese was directing it, I would probably be more enthusiastic about it. But Todd Phillips...
Is that the Hangover
The
guy?
Hangover, yeah.
Okay.
So it'll be funny? But is it the right kind of humor for the Joker?
Well, it would have to be a black comedy. It would have to be very dark humor.
I haven't watched The Hangover in forever. I really don't remember
what Joker are you trying to adapt? Is it Heath Ledger, who's just like really dark, or... kind of like the Matt Hamill animated Joker where...
Mark Hamill.
Mark, yeah, whatever.
Luke?
Hello, Batman.
Yeah, well, some of the stuff he says and every time he does a voiceover, there's some comedy to that. It is dark, but it's more lighthearted, where it's more playful.
Right.
It's not Heath Ledger dark.
I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit of both. I would say the Joker that I would look forward to is the Dark Knight Returns Joker.
This is supposed to be a young Joker, though, right? Like before Batman and like the 80s.
So like 20-year-old Joker, 30-year-old Joker. And the thing with Joker is that he's obviously a brilliant man. That he's on the level of Batman in terms of intelligence. So I would like to see a story about somebody that's possibly deep down he has that tendency to become a psychopath, and they can explore how he got from being a normal man to just being a complete lunatic.
Honestly, that bores me, and I wish Batman was in it.
Me too.
Yeah, that's true.
I wish, it's like one of the characters, it's like, what is Joker without Batman? It's like they're the best together, so why not Even if it's outside of the DCEU, like, just make it a solo story. Cast someone else as Batman.
It's like making a Venom movie without Spider-Man.
Which they
Who would do
actually
that?
are planning on doing.
Who would you like to see to play? Who would you like to see to play Joker?
Well, I'm not gonna, because this was your idea, which I loved. Andrew Garfield.
Yes.
This was 100% your idea.
100%.
I think that would be, like you said,
I like that.
he's been in one Scorsese movie, and this guy's like, oh, he's the new Leo. I think that would be great. I thought they could bring back Jared Leto because he still looks extremely young, but Andrew Garfield would be my go-to.
I love Andrew Garfield.
Also
Spider-Man
just
forever.
Pull some unknown out of their ass. And
Yeah, that would, yeah, no, unknown. I was thinking too if he didn't do Mr. Robot, Rami Malek, but it would be so reminiscent of Mr. Robot. That's how I would just see the same character.
Yeah.
It would just be Elliot becoming the Joker.
Are you guys watching this?
He'd be talking to the screen the whole time. Hello, Batman. All right, what's our second story?
Batman.
Well, do you guys have
yeah.
any idea for who would you want to play Joker?
Steve Buscemi.
All right, what's our second story?
That's funny. Pretty much, Batman director Matt Reeves says Batman's solo movie will be a part of the DCEU, which is pretty much stating the obvious. I don't think anyone really thought that it wouldn't be, except for John Campea.
He hates the fact that Ben Affleck is gonna play Batman.
And he hated Gal Gadot being Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
How'd that turn out?
I think what Matt Reeves was saying initially was that the story is not going to be, there's not going to be a lot of moving parts from the overall universe. That it's going to be an independent movie that features a Batman story with Batman characters.
Well, you see when you try to connect all the different stories, how a movie goes array, kind of like Age of Ultron, how we had Whedon saying that that's kind of what was wrong with the movie. He was just trying to connect so many moving parts and make it sync together in one movie, and it kind of got into a little bit of a mess.
I mean, are they going to go the Wonder Woman, the reason it was so good is because it didn't really have to conform to what the Justice League wanted, so are they basically going the same route with Batman, like a younger Batman? Like, because apparently he's been Batman forever.
It's Ben Affleck still, right?
Yeah, it's Ben Affleck.
So it's going to be like a 50-year-old Batman.
But there's different stories. Like, you don't have to make it everything to have such stakes. Like Suicide Squad, like they were trying
completely unrealistic.
They were saving the world when they should have just had their own street level criminals. I think if you do something kind of like, I guess, the Defenders in the realm of the MCU, where they're street level, where it makes sense that you don't need Captain America, Iron Man to chime in on the story, where Batman's just going against strictly Gotham events that he has to take care of. It doesn't span, like, the world's in danger, where you start thinking, oh, shouldn't Superman be here? Shouldn't Flash be involved in this? It'll make more sense to keep it more closed in and constructed just in Gotham.
Yeah, it's like the Nolan movies. The Nolan movies obviously are not a part of a bigger universe where you can do a movie. The villain that I really want to see is the Riddler.
Well, like, let's just say, like, Dark Knight Rises, like, let's say a story like that within this new DCEU, the first question would be like, oh, where's Superman?
People were already asking that, and it wasn't part of a bigger universe.
Exactly.
They're saying, how did Batman travel from Asia to Gotham so quickly? Well, Superman just gave him a ride.
Well, like,
or he took one of the
when you
Ravens.
When you watch, like, Daredevil, it makes sense, like, why, like, you know, like, oh, where's the Hulk or Thor? Like, it doesn't make sense for them to be in that story.
Well, where's Spider-Man in the Defenders?
All
He's
right,
Let's get
well,
to that.
He's
Relax.
fighting Captain America in Civil War.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the timelines are already whatever.
Well, I'm just saying, like, a Batman story that's just in the realm of Gotham, where it makes sense not to have all the other characters, where it's just... And Batman's always been like, you stay away from Gotham, that's my territory.
You stay away, Superman and Green Lantern.
All the heroes
He
that
gets
can help
tight
me.
when everyone
Oh
comes.
no, he does get tight.
Well, Green Lantern said that he has the whole section besides Gotham, that's Batman.
Yeah, Green Lantern is what do they say in the Dark Knight? Batman has no jurisdiction. Green Lantern doesn't either. He's got the whole Milky Way. Who do you want to see be the villain in this new Batman movie? I want to see the Riddler. I want to see Leonardo DiCaprio versus Ben Affleck. Just
I don't think he'll do a superhero movie.
maybe one action scene. Yeah, but if you get Matt Reeves, if you're saying this isn't going to be your typical
Well,
superhero,
if it's
gonna
more,
be like
if it's
Logan.
more psychological, more
Matt
detective
Reeves.
orientated, I think it'll be fantastic.
Matt Reeves did Logan.
No, but I'm saying that it's going to be in the vein of Logan rather than Guardians of the Galaxy, where
Well-
it's going to be focusing on the drama and the back and forth between these two characters.
My favorite Batman villain is probably, I love Hush. I think I'd be...
With Casey Affleck?
Penguin.
Stats? You know who I would love to play the Penguin? Sean Bean. Completely reinvent the character, make him an English gangster that came over from England.
And then his
he's
head
this
gets
big,
chopped
Well,
off.
Batman's best characters aren't the ones that are
He
super
does.
powerful.
Right.
They're the ones that can match him on an intellectual level.
I feel
So-
Riddler challenges him the
Riddler,
best.
Hush,
Calendar Man.
Calendar Man, fantastic.
Yeah. On
He's-
fall off guy.
The
That's
Mad
a hero.
Hatter.
He's a hero.
Oh, he's a hero.
Some
Sorry.
acid trip movie, Mad Hatter 3D, where I'm just like in this.
How great would that be? A Riddler Mad Hatter movie, where it's how the Nolan movies you would have two villains, but Mad Hatter's kind of the secondary villain.
But like the most like what I would think and like the most like I think appealing to fans is Deathstroke.
I don't know. I'm a fan of the Riddler now that you mention it.
Yeah, I want to see Riddler.
Only because there's that one comic, right? Is what's it called?
0 Year Dark City.
Yeah, that one is so good.
Oh, you read it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
You lent it to me.
How
remember?
good is the writing in that comic
It's
book?
crazy.
When Batman is cracking the riddles,
Well,
that's what I love
I
about
feel like
Batman.
The only
that's
thing I
really
hate-
adaptable
I
too.
feel like that the whole movie, I'll just like it'll bring me back to like PTSD of playing the Arkham Origins and having the Riddler come on every 5 minutes.
Got to get those
Good
things,
evening,
Batman.
detective. I see you still haven't solved my riddles.
Yeah,
It's like Joker. I mean Riddler. I'm trying to like beat the Joker. Can you relax for a second? I'll solve your stupid ass riddles when I'm done with the game.
well, the thing I love most about the Riddler is that he can't accept the fact that Batman is as smart as him, or even smarter. He thinks that Batman is just this secret ninja brute that's going around Gotham
Bronze
beating
and no
everybody out.
brain.
Yeah, right, exactly. And then when he challenges him intellectually and Batman beats him, he's like, "What the hell?"
It's like what you say playing in the background.
Well, I mean, I want a Sherlock Holmes Batman, basically.
Exactly.
Sherlock
I think
Holmes,
that's the-
James Bond.
Yes, I want like a detective-driven movie where it's.
You can have one great action scene.
No, of course you
Yeah.
can, but I feel like none of the movies really.
Bring in Snyder to direct the one.
Imagine
action
like a Sherlock Batman, like the show Sherlock. Imagine
That's
the
what-
Batman version.
I think
that'd
that'd be
lit.
fantastic. Like you can't point to one instance in any Batman movies where like he's the world's greatest detective.
Oh, he's an idiot in the Nolan
They always
movies.
lean away from it. They
Yeah.
always like because
I think
they're
they're
like,
afraid.
oh, people want to see action scenes, so they
Like,
like forget
People
about that
show
whole
the
part
scene
of
in
it.
I think the Dark Knight Rises when or the Dark Knight where they like has the gun and he's trying to get the bullet fingerprints. Like, oh, that's him using his detective skills.
Fingerprints.
No, it's not. Like, figure something out. Like,
Well, the one scene that pisses me off so much in the Nolan movies is Batman Begins, when Lucius Fox creates a cure for the Scarecrow's
Yeah.
fear gas, and he explains to him in chemistry terms, and Batman's like, "Am I supposed to understand any of that?"
yes, you are.
Yes, Batman. Yeah, you should be making the fucking potion or the cure.
Well, that's what I like about I guess Ben Affleck's Batman is he basically.
He wasn't too smart in Batman Superman.
Well, I'm just
either.
saying like the science aspect of like breaking down the
There's
mineral.
even a 1% chance that he's an absolute threat.
Well, come on. We all know how great that movie was, but I just talk about like how he was able to make engineer the weapons.
I understand.
All right, I'm done with this. Let's go to the next topic. Because I get upset because
It was a bad movie, and you don't want to admit it.
Oh, you like that movie?
Oh, he loves it. He said it was better than Civil War.
Yikes!
the sixth time you watch it, like really gets good. It's
Can
a
you
lot
even
better.
watch the first 2 hours without?
Oh, it's so boring. All right, topic number 4.
3? No.
Oh yeah, topic number 3.
DC developing a Joker and Harley Quinn movie. Jared Leto and Margot Robbie to return.
Well, Margot
That's odd.
Robbie is a great.
Where's
Harley
that from? I
Quinn.
didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about that either.
I know that they're making a Harley.
Are you
Quinn
just making
movie.
shit up?
No, this is official.
Then why have a standalone Joker movie? That's
Well, this
stupid.
is going to be inside of the DCEU.
That's so fucking
Didn't you
confusing.
do your prep?
One of these movies has got to go.
No, you like handed me a sheet.
I
and,
thought
like,
the Harley Quinn movie was.
Gotham City Sirens.
Yeah,
That's in development too.
I thought they were leaning more towards like the
Every
Harley
possible
Quinn and
movie-
Poison Ivy team up.
Yes, and Catwoman.
So let me get this straight. They're making an origin, different actor Joker, and then doing another Joker movie with Jared Leto.
Yes.
Let's get the rights back to fucking Marvel at this point. It's like what doesn't make no sense. You have the rights to all your characters. It's not like we're Logan where you can like separate it. It's like you can't do that. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah,
well,
this
they
is
were the best
unnecessary.
part of Suicide Squad.
I guess by default.
Well, a lot
yeah.
of people loved Margot Robbie. I thought she was a good Harley Quinn.
I mean, there's that one part where she ran upside down in an elevator. That was a practical stunt. She did it in heels. Everyone.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Wow,
no,
that's impressive.
No ties or anything.
Was that the one with the Eminem song playing? What song was playing during that scene?
Probably something cool and hip to make the
I don't even
sell some
remember.
soundtrack.
They
back.
literally took a song from Guardians of the Galaxy in that movie. Well, what do you think about this film? Can it work?
If it's not done like Suicide
It
Squad.
can
Yeah.
work if it's rated R and it's dark and it's not like just happy. I don't know.
It needs that crazy vibe.
We're the Joker and Harley Quinn. We do stuff
if
that
if
gets
it's-
us.
Their
in.
relationship in Suicide Squad was very weird. It wasn't anything like I was expecting it to be. So, I don't know. Margot Robbie's not really a fan of the Joker and Harley Quinn relationship anyway, so which is why I'm surprised he's even in this. They can totally do a Harley movie without the Joker whatsoever.
Just give me an hour of Jared Leto purring and Margot Robbie in short shorts, and I'll probably watch it.
When he texts her even though he's in jail.
With the Joker emoji. That shit's fucking hot, dude.
Oh my god. That movie is like a 2.5 hour music video. I would be very excited about this movie if you said David Lynch was directing it, because he is the master of these types of relationships, these toxic.
Who would be directing it? Is that it?
They don't have a director
I
at this
think
point.
she's heavily involved in the production. Margot Robbie.
And they said she's also
Yeah.
involved in the production of Gotham City Sirens. And they said David Ayer was going to return for that movie, but yeah.
Like, it's not all his fault.
Didn't he have like 2 weeks to write the script?
Yeah, I think like 6 weeks, but I mean, it's just a bad optic. Like, oh, remember that terrible movie we released? We're bringing the same guy back to do
It
the
did make
same exact
bank, though.
characters.
It made so much money, and
Well, that's just because it's the name. It's the
Yeah.
suit. Everybody wanted that movie. Everybody thought it'd be good.
I'm interested in seeing what's the next one after Wonder Woman. Justice League. If Justice League does do bad with critics, how well it does at the box office.
They are doing major reshoots though, which makes me think they didn't have much Wonder Woman in it, and then they realized how much people actually like her. So I have high hopes.
That's
I'm
why
actually excited for Justice League
This
somewhat.
studio, they're so reactionary.
Which
Oh,
is
people
dumb.
liked Wonder Woman. Oh, let's put more Wonder Woman in Justice League. Well, Zack Snyder had to step back for personal reasons, but they're saying that it's more of a Joss Whedon film at this point. So
And everyone knows what's happening to Joss Whedon lately. Have you seen the statement his ex-wife put out?
yeah.
What happened?
You know, if you look between the lines of his writing, I always go back to that Age of Ultron joke that he made, the Tony Stark joke. It's a rape joke, basically, in
yeah.
Age of Ultron.
I mean,
What was
his
the joke?
original Wonder Woman script is awful.
oh my
It's
god,
like Steve
it's
Trevor is the main
horrendous.
character in a Wonder Woman movie.
And all he does is yell at her the whole time.
And he's like, "Oh, you're not a hero. You're just a."
You're a fucking tourist.
And it's like, she's an Amazon. She has powers. What do you mean you don't want her to be the hero?
That one joke in Age of Ultron when Tony Stark goes to try and pick up Thor's hammer, and he says he's going to reinstate some type of medieval societal, and it was basically where a king could take any woman he wants in the kingdom, and it was just like, and the
Game
thing-
of Thrones.
I forgot.
basically, yeah, just Game of
I forgot what
Thrones.
it was called.
King's right.
Yeah. That's how Tyrion's
Tyrion.
heir is his son, right? That's how Tyrion's Targaryen.
Well, you love that theory, right? It always gets back to Game of Thrones with us. In the books, he's a Targaryen.
Oh, fuck you.
All right, I'm tired of DC. What's our next topic?
Obi Wan movie in development at Lucasfilms. Ewan McGregor expected to reprise his role from the prequels.
Is it confirmed or do people just want that to happen? Because
No,
if it
it's
doesn't
confirmed.
happen, it's dumb.
It's not confirmed that he's coming back, but he's
He
coming
has
back.
He was the best part of the prequels.
You can make a case for Ian McDiarmid
You shut your
as
mouth.
Palps. Do it.
I didn't really like. I don't want to talk about the prequels.
You don't like Ian McDiarmid? Unlimited power.
It was just I
It's treason.
don't have
man.
enough time to get into that. But why focus on a negative when we could focus on a new positive?
You don't like the Emperor in the prequels? Are you kidding me?
I like the character. I
I
think
mean, you like the prequels, which is already dumb.
Yeah, it's
You
yeah.
like
That's
all of them?
I'm a prequelist. I don't necessarily think
Some
that
of
they're
his
good
dialogue
movies.
and the way
You
he-
think Revenge of the Sith is a goddamn masterpiece?
I swear to God, I will go across this table. You've multiply said that you liked it better than The Force Awakens on
What?
numerous
I
occasions.
never said
Yeah.
Revenge of the
What?
Sith is better
Yes,
than
you
Force
did.
Awakens.
Oh my God.
Where's the proof?
Probably
I've
one of
never
our,
said
probably
that.
one of our podcasts is that podcast that you trashed and
I am
deleted
the
on
biggest-
accident.
Marissa can confirm this. I am the biggest Force Awakens apologist. Am I not?
I mean, he
You,
did
I've
see
heard
it.
you with your own.
He's seen it. He saw it how many times?
I
7?
saw it 7 times in
He's
theaters.
7
loves
times,
that
7.
Yeah, I've
movie.
seen Batman vs Superman 7 times too. Doesn't make it better than The Dark Knight. Actually,
I feel like
no,
that's a
false.
different. That's a
though,
different
'cause The Force
conversation.
Awakens is an actual good movie.
Yeah, what are we talking about? I don't think Revenge of the
You-
Sith is better than Force Awakens.
You said it before.
No,
I think your list was. I think it was 5, or you said Revenge of the Sith is better than 6.
A New Hope is my favorite Star Wars movie.
I think you've said Revenge of the Sith is
I said it's better than Return of the Jedi.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. That's still ludicrous.
You don't think? I don't like Return of the Jedi. I'm not a big Return of the Jedi fan. I like the Ewoks.
But
I
yeah,
like Return
you're
of the
basically coming at me saying I'm some big Revenge of the Sith guy, and you
You're
like
so heated right now. How about you like take a deep breath?
This is
Guys,
all because I
dying.
said I liked Palpatine in the prequels.
This is what he does. He like changes the narrative against me and makes me like.
We'll put out a statement on
Because you were
Facebook.
freaking out that I liked Palpatine. I get comment on this video. Tell me, do you not like Ian McDiarmid as Palpatine? In
He
the
was good at
prequels?
saying some of the dialogue and the way he.
That's not him, but the way he acted.
I know.
at all.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said I had some problems with it. I never said I hated Palpatine. That's you changing the narrative again on me,
All right,
and
so
I'm sick of it.
so Obi-Wan movie.
I think-
I like it. I think it could work.
I don't. Well, I mean, I guess it's gonna cover the years between the. So I guess it's gonna cover the years between when he gave away Luke and Leia and the beginning of A New Hope, right?
Yeah, it's between
Considering-
3 and 4.
I mean, we need to find out what age is that man. So much in like 17 years, which might just be definitely just a continuity
well,
error.
the thing is, Alec Guinness, I think at that time, just 60-year-olds looked older because he was only 60 years old when that movie came out.
But
Alec
how
Guinness.
old is Ewan
Ewan
McGregor?
McGregor's 47 now,
How
but
mu-
he
how
looks
old-
very young.
How old was he in the prequels?
The last prequel was 2005, so he was
30s.
35.
So I mean, in the universe, it's supposed to be about what?
Well, the thing
17
is, I
years?
think it's only going to take place about 4 or 5 years. Maybe Luke will be like a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, 6-year-old. You don't want to make.
You think Luke will be in it?
I think they'll be like, Aunt Beru, Luke, like in the
Wait.
background or something.
I can see that.
Ben Kenobi, he knew who he was, right? Or is it as a myth that he knew who he was?
He knew of Ben Kenobi. He didn't know that Obi-Wan Kenobi was a Jedi. He didn't know about his past. But
It'd be cool to see a story about
I
why he
think-
decided to go by Ben Kenobi.
I think rather than that, I would rather have a.
a
What's
prequel era film.
No. What's his name? Fucking Anakin.
Rogue One?
It's slipping me right now.
Hayden Christensen.
I would rather have a Hayden Christensen, Darth Vader movie going around destroying the Jedi and extincting
The
them.
Jedi Purge.
Just fucking going off planet to planet, killing Jedi, nonstop, mass execution.
You don't want to see Obi-Wan in the cave? Just tell him.
Well, what is Obi-Wan like? What is he really gonna do? I'd rather have Hayden Christensen reprise Darth Vader. I mean, obviously not even really reprise. He's just Darth Vader now. But have him going around and destroying the Jedi, because that's one of the most fascinating things. The most iconic shot of Darth Vader isn't even in the movies. It's him in one of the graphic novels standing over on the hill with all the dead Jedi bodies around him. What
I
graphic
mean, he
novel is
hates
that?
sand,
I have
so
no
he's
idea.
not going
I
to
could
show
tell.
You
up.
know the shot I'm talking about?
He doesn't like sand, so
Oh,
he's
it's
not going to show up to
fantastic.
Tatooine.
I haven't read a lot of the Star Wars graphic
Also,
novels.
Ewan
I
McGregor's.
read a Poe Dameron one, and it was just horrendous. I read the Darth Vader, the recent run that they did at Marvel.
I
But
forgot what it was.
I don't remember that
I read it a
shot.
while ago. I'm pretty sure there's just like a still shot, and it's an iconic Darth Vader pose. I think you used it in our old header for the channel when he's just sitting there with his leg up. Kind of.
Oh, okay.
And it's him like that, and just dead Jedi all around him, just fucking. I want to see. We never really seen Darth Vader absolutely just.
That scene at the end of Rogue One, though, was pretty lit.
Yeah, but that was the only time we've actually seen like Darth Vader and like with the technology that movie makers can do now, have him show his full power.
You don't like those fight scenes in A New Hope?
They're a little stiff.
I'm an inside. I want a movie like that.
I want Obi-Wan in the desert. I'd rather have a Western film. You can incorporate some crime into there. You can bring maybe in the Hutts because they're the big crime family in Tatooine. I think an Obi-Wan in the
Wait,
desert.
he's on Tatooine, right? That's
Yeah, he's on
definitely where he
Tatooine.
is.
And he doesn't necessarily have to stay on Tatooine. He can get in the ship and go somewhere else. Maybe he tries to track down Vader, and he tries to convert him back to the light, and that's maybe the line in A New Hope when Vader says, "The last time I saw you, I was but the learner, now I am the master." And he also says to Luke in Return of the Jedi, "Obi-Wan once thought as you did." But we never really see a scene besides the Revenge of the Sith on Mustafar where Obi-Wan is trying to bring Vader back into the light. So you could do this movie 5 years after Revenge of the Sith. Obi-Wan hears about what Vader is doing. You could get half of the movie, not half of the movie, 25%, Vader still purging the rest of the Jedi, Obi-Wan going after him.
What would be cool is, so I'm assuming after Obi-Wan literally like cuts off his arms and legs and abandons Anakin to burn in lava. So maybe when he finds out exactly that he was managed to survive and came back as Darth Vader, because I feel like we don't get a confirmation. Do we get a confirmation at the end of Revenge of the Sith that he knows Anakin is still alive?
No.
So I feel like he might go on some journey to find maybe.
Would he even know that Darth Vader is Anakin or just some Jedi? Some
He would know, yeah. He knew that he
You
was
could
being
sense
called
it,
Darth
yeah.
Vader.
I'm
Yoda
more of a
tells him.
I'm more of a Sith guy anyway. Jedis are just a bunch of freaky cult members.
That's not surprising whatsoever.
Yeah, he loves Cersei Lannister. He's a Cersei
Fantastic.
Lannister fanboy.
Fantastic.
She is a great character. You think she dies tomorrow?
Yes. Just kidding. No.
It could happen, but I think she's safe this season.
Maybe she'll get roasted.
I don't know what it is. I kind of like. I don't think I'm like a bad person, but I tend to like villains more than a great villain makes a movie or show so much more better than a great protagonist, and that's a fact.
That's arguable.
Oh,
Obi-Wan movie being directed by Stephen Daldry. He did Billy Elliot, The Reader, Extremely Loud, and Incredibly Close.
those are the movies I never heard of.
Yeah, I've never heard of any of those. I've
They're,
heard of,
they're not
Extremely
good.
Loud and Incredibly Close is a good book.
is that the one with Tom Hanks?
I was going to say, if you say movie at the end of that sentence, yeah, it's Tom Hanks.
Well, finally we get to see. God, that's fantastic. Finally, we get to see on screen Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist.
Who's the last guy? Iron Fist? Okay.
The immortal
the
Iron
immortal.
Fist.
The immortal
Rosario
Iron Fist.
Dawson?
Dawson?
Dawson.
That was so funny what you tweeted when it was like, I love all the Defenders, and it was Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Luke Cage, and Claire Temple.
Which is honestly true.
We finally get the Night Nurse series we've been waiting for.
The Night Nurse, yes. With Rachel McAdams.
Fantastic.
I think Colleen Wing should be Iron Fist.
Yes.
She'd be a much better Iron Fist. I think if
no,
Danny
because
had
in the
died,
comics, Iron Fist is a
who
white
cares?
guy. He's
Who
a white guy.
cares?
Okay, so
Starfire is orange in the comics, okay?
so yeah, it's very interesting how to see how they because I think each show had a different theme, and I was interested to see how
They
they
color
all.
coded it. Did you notice?
What?
In the Defenders, each character had their own lighting that corresponded
Yes,
with
yes,
their
I did
show.
notice that. So I
That was
think
pretty cool.
I think the main thing I was looking forward is how are they going to incorporate all these different themes into one show, and for the most part, I thought it was
First 4 episodes were fantastic. I love the first 4 episodes.
I love the restaurant scene. I think that was my favorite part of the whole series when they the whole season.
I love
Yeah, that
the
was a
part
great
where
scene.
Jessica was like, "I'll punch you so hard you'll see."
Oh, she had the best one-liners. When Daredevil finally put on the costume, she's like, I liked you better in the scarf.
Every time Luke Cage rolled up and they were just blasting rap music, I was like, "This is amazing."
When
I
he
got
first
so
showed up
hyped.
to Midland Bank and he was fighting with Iron Fist, and it was the Iron Fist, I think Finn Jones, he's not a good actor.
He did not deliver his lines well.
He did better this season than last season. He had better dialogue and he had more to I guess play with. But still
You're the
wasn't-
only one who's seen Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Is it as bad as people say?
I don't think so, but it is not as well. It's not as well done
He takes
as.
himself way too seriously.
Yeah, I
And-
mean,
Every time he said he was the immortal Iron Fist.
I could picture him
wanted
like
to-
trying to like take a test at school and like where it says name is putting Immortal Iron Fist.
Well,
I
every
am the
line,
immortal Iron Fist.
he acted like the Hand. I'm going to stop them. This is my destiny. You're Luke Cage. I'm Iron Fist.
Well, I guess it makes sense because
Everything was an aggressive whisper.
but he's so detached from I guess the world today where. It kind of makes sense that he's not gonna be as charismatic or really
But you know what
pick
that-
up on things. As,
You know what that foursome needed? They needed a wacky, off-the-cuff, comic relief type of hero. And they didn't have it.
I think they got a little bit of it in Stick, but not enough.
Stick wasn't really.
He wasn't wacky, but he was kind of like the person who just didn't care about
Stick was
any
pretty
of their
serious
issues.
for the most part of the show.
Yeah, I think with Iron Fist, you need to make him somebody he's almost like a little kid that he can't believe he's part of the group. Like Flash that they're doing in the Justice League movie, that Flash is like, oh, I just need friends. This is so cool.
But in a story, Iron Fist is like, it makes sense that he's the main guy in the group because like, he is the immortal Iron Fist.
Right,
If you
it's-
didn't know, and his duty is to stop the Hand, and the Hand is the big villain. He's been fighting this war, I guess, his whole life. So it makes sense that he would take charge and I guess try to lead the rest of the crew, even though Daredevil.
It felt like Daredevil Season 3. That's what you said to
Well,
me.
Daredevil should
Yeah.
be the leader of the group. He's the fucking
Me as
best.
in Marissa.
You, Marissa, yes. Manny, that's what you texted me, that it felt like Daredevil Season 3.
Yes.
Well, you need a central focus for a series. And like you said, it's very much about the Hand trying to obtain the Iron Fist for what reason?
Because
No
he
one
unlocks
knows.
the door to Kunlun.
Which they never once explained. I feel like
They
there
need more
were
of the
two main
substance.
issues. There were two main issues in that they never really properly developed the Hand, and that we never really found out what the Black Sky was or why Electron was the Black Sky, why they derailed her storyline like
feel
that.
like
What's with Elektra
Well-
being able to defeat Luke Cage and then she gets knocked out by Daredevil? Her powers were very inconsistent.
I love the Netflix Marvel series. I think the tone is so much better. It's just
You like it better than Sopranos?
what the like what. That's what you do. Then you would say like, "Oh, you like Defenders more than Sopranos." In the next video, when people haven't heard this one, and I just look like a bad guy, and that's how you manipulate your audience, and that's not fair. Fake news. Anyway,
You're fake news.
I love how it's dark and gritty the whole Netflix MCU is, and I think the worst part about, not the worst part, but it kind of bothers me, like their best villain is Kingpin, and he was in one season, but he's still around to be used, and they just haven't really gotten back to him.
I wish Kingpin, or at least the Punisher, had been
Like him in season 1 and
Defenders.
the episodes he was in season 2 of Daredevil were the best fucking parts of the whole Netflix MCU.
Yeah, Daredevil season 1. My favorite is still Jessica Jones, but
Jessica Jones is definitely the best of the Marvel series.
I think it's the best one.
It's
That's
more like
'cause-
psychological. I think I still have Daredevil.
Jessica Jones got fucking dark, man.
It is.
That
yeah,
wasn't even
it-
like a superhero show. It was
Yeah.
just a detective show, and she happened to have super strength
Right.
and hops.
I would go Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and then Iron Fist.
I thought she was gonna fly. I didn't even finish Luke Cage, to be completely honest.
The ending to Luke
Once
Cage
you
was
kill
a
off
little
Mahershala Ali,
more-
I'm out.
It got pretty
Mahershala.
dumb at the end.
Mahershala?
With
Yeah. You
Diamondback,
didn't see the Jimmy
the
Kimmel
new
skit
villain.
with the Oscars.
Can you let Manny talk, man? He's talking about Diamondback.
And the
Sorry.
final fight for Luke Cage was really cheesy. Just they were
Yeah,
in the,
it was
they
very
were in the-
cheesy.
they were in the streets and everyone's surrounding them like
Like,
yeah, go Luke
Everyone's like
Cage."
video cameraing it, like
It was like Friday, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah, Ice Cube versus Devo.
it was really cheesy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, when Luke Cage first popped up in The Defenders and he was in jail and they played that Mos Def song, I got so hyped. And when he was coming on the bus and they played The Line by D'Angelo, what a soundtrack. I love Luke Cage.
Well, apparently Jessica Jones season 2.
Kilgrave is coming back.
What's that
He's
about?
been spotted on
What?
set. Which,
I've seen him get his neck snapped.
It's gonna be like Arkham Knight with the Joker.
He's
Where-
like,
like
in,
After
just in her
Effects?
head.
Yes, he's just gonna be
Alright,
in her
that makes
head.
sense. That would
Yeah.
actually be cool.
Yeah.
I was assuming flashback, or yeah, he was in her head. I listened to a podcast today where they were saying that maybe the hand brought back, or it would have been cool if the hand used that substance to bring back like all of their crazy enemies.
The Black Sky.
Yeah, like apparently they used all of it to bring back the Black Sky.
Did they
But
explain?
they knew everything about Kilgrave and Jessica, like Sawandang, that was his
Yes.
name, right?
Yeah, that was one of
Sawandang.
the best lines of the series.
And she like freaked out on him, so like it wouldn't surprise me if they had brought back Kilgrave.
The hand.
But I doubt it.
Did
the
they
hand-
The
did they
hand
explain
sucks.
this substance, like what it is, and
It
how it
brings them.
works.
I'm assuming that skeleton beneath the city, that if they excavated it, would have collapsed it.
I'm pretty
They
sure it's
they
just
literally, I think they snort it or something.
Like, yeah, I think it's like cocaine that like makes you live forever.
Which is dumb. It doesn't
So
make
it's
any
cocaine?
sense.
The hand is just. I felt like it was just very off. Like I didn't like.
They suck.
We never had
Like, oh,
any
cool, the
concrete
hand.
idea of who they are.
It's like every time
what
they mention the
wanted,
head, I'm like,
they had 4 shows to develop them properly.
and they completely failed.
And
Really,
Sigourney
too.
Weaver
Wasted.
just didn't do anything. The
I mean,
whole
she
series.
made it great. Like the
Oh,
fact that
she's
they
a great
got her
actress,
onto the
yeah.
show, and she like everything she acted really well with what she was given. And it's just like having Elektra just kill her and then carry out her plan anyway. Like I thought she was gonna change it up completely, and she didn't. Like,
I'd
what
say
was
the main
point?
the main positive of the show was the chemistry between the 4 actors. That this was a very fun team
They
to
leaned
watch.
very heavily into the Heroes for Hire thing.
Yeah,
with
which I
Luke
would like to
Cage.
see.
Yeah, it seems like that's
He
what
does
Luke
better
Cage is
in
gonna
those
do.
scenes.
That's one of my
Right.
favorite dynamics, Iron Fist and Luke Cage. But I felt like with the Defenders, it was just it really didn't have the same. I'm not gonna include Iron Fist in this comparison, but like when you have Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Daredevil, like I was invested in the story. I feel like this, I knew what was gonna happen. Like I knew they were gonna come together and defeat.
It was very predictable. It was
With-
kind of uninspiring.
With Daredevil,
too.
Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage is like the themes are different. There's more to the story than just trying to defeat your enemies.
They're very socially conscious.
I'd rather it was only 8 episodes, so I mean the other seasons all had 12, so they gave
13.
13. Oh wow, stupid! I should quit. So they had more time to actually develop everything, and you get to know the characters more. It was kind of just like, oh, here they are. They come together. There's gonna be a little resistance to join, and they finally do all join together, and they defeat their enemy.
I do think they spent way too long in the restaurant and the warehouse. They kind of like the story had a lot of momentum going up to that, and then they kind of just like stopped it for a while, and we were like, and then Daredevil and Jessica went on that mission, and they played piano for a little bit.
I like those scenes.
I
It's like-
liked it,
but
but the story just kind of like languished there. It didn't like
It's like
nothing. It was very passive.
Yeah, they built up a lot of momentum, and then it just didn't pay off.
They shortened the season and added more characters to try to focus on.
I actually
know,
thought
like,
the
it
8
doesn't
episodes
really make-
thing was good. I think if it was
I
longer than
prefer
that,
8
it would have been too
episodes.
much. Also, 8 hours is very digestible.
But you're putting 4 characters all together that we like, and then you're adding new villains and everything. I think it's just too much to like try to develop.
Are you talking about Game of Thrones or Defenders?
Back to Thrones again?
Just doesn't stop. Well, what would you give it out of 10?
I'd give it like 7 range.
7.
I would say 7 too.
Yeah.
It's
I'd
not
give
the
7.
best Marvel Netflix
I feel like it's
series.
not very memorable, like as a show.
I would give it Daredevil, Jessica Jones. I'll take in Daredevil as a whole. I guess season 1 and 2. Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Defenders, then Iron Fist.
Single best season in Marvel. What do you
Jessica Jones.
Me too, Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones season 1.
For me,
Daredevil
it's that
season
and
1.
Daredevil 1. They're like interchangeable for me.
I think I like season 2 of Daredevil better than 1.
The
Ooh,
first
oh,
4
the end of-
episodes.
With the Punisher, man. Oh,
But
The
end of
Punisher stuff
season
is good,
2,
but once it ends,
it ends
the
like
end-
Yeah.
episode
it's a
4.
mess.
yeah, I feel you, but
it was
I-
so underwhelming.
I
the
love the
Punisher
jail
team up.
I love the jailhouse scenes with Fisk
Punisher?
and all that.
Yeah.
And the Punisher.
Or the stairway scene with Daredevil.
Oh my god, it takes out those fucking bikers.
That might be the single best fight scene in superhero history.
Oh my god, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that in Defenders. That one,
Didn't have that.
that
I
whole
wish they
one shot
didn't-
following Daredevil.
I wish they didn't show the boardroom fight scene in every single trailer before the show released.
Right. That could have been their big moment.
I wish that like they did. There wasn't an. I thought because they showed it in the trailer, there was gonna be another fight scene that was even better. And like I like the Daredevil Iron Fist fight, but that wasn't the same. It wasn't a team up, and I wanted a team up.
Yeah, the final team up fight was.
And what's
it was well. I'll tell you what. The fighting choreography in the whole show was. I hear it's a big improvement over Iron Fist
I
specifically.
heard that was one of the main problems with Iron Fist.
my only question about Iron Fist is like, can he like not use his Iron Fist all the time?
I guess it's
He
something.
never uses that.
He's
build
got to
up his
charge
chi.
up.
Yeah, man. Come on.
I mean, he's the immortal Iron Fist. I'm pretty sure you can like use it. Like
I've heard that before.
When he was in that chair, it did take him a while to get his fist ready.
Well, it's like you know, you
When
got to charge the
Elektra-
phone. You know.
When Elektra like took him, I thought he had been awake leading all up to that. I didn't know he got knocked out. I thought he was just pretending and he was gonna like bust out of there, and then he didn't, and I thought that was very underwhelming.
I love the notes I took on the season.
Yeah, me
It's
too.
so fucking funny.
What happened?
I'm just looking through my notes I took on the season. There's one that says like Elektra question mark exclamation question mark exclamation, like how I'm supposed to know what I'm referring in that scene. There's a stick question mark exclamation question mark exclamation. Like I don't know.
Were
what
you
that
just
refers to.
excited that they showed up in the show?
I have no idea. It's like season 5. I have stick question mark. It's like stick, and I have Elektra, and I put fight scene with an okay emoji. I guess there's a good fight scene in that episode.
The one in Midland Square, that one was good.
Circle.
Midland Circle. All
The
right,
notes
fuck
that I took for
I have Ridley revives Elektra.
it's Ripley.
Ripley. I know
You
it's
can't
Ripley.
even get the alien right.
I love Alien.
Alien 1 or 2.
Fuck, 1.
What? All right, so that's the Nerd Soup podcast.
Donate to the Patreon.
Oh my God, you're a hound. Stop hounding
It's
these.
your own
these
Patreon,
good
and you
people.
don't tell anyone about it.
Because I'm like Walter White, man.
How are
I
you
don't
gonna
want
get health
handouts.
insurance?
Don't get Burger King cheesy tots.
You
They're
don't
not,
even
they're not
watch
that
Wal-
good.
What? That's a hot take. You want to take that back? You want to hear a really hot take?
What's that?
Chick-fil-A? Eh.
I
Oh,
agree.
shut up.
It's nothing crazy. It's just
so
chicken sandwiches.
overrated. Yeah, it's just get Teddy in this.
More expensive than it's worth.
Teddy, come on.
Time to shine.
I feel like there's not much difference between Chick-fil-A and like a Wendy's chicken sandwich.
Whoa.
Now you're just being disrespectful.
All right,
Waffle
that's
fries, though,
Wendy's. I
on
mean,
point.
Chick-fil-A does have great waffle fries.
Game of Thrones season 7 finale tonight. Our review will probably be up sometime tomorrow. And be on the lookout because we're doing a huge, spectacular Nerd Soup giveaway. We're giving away shirts and mugs and gift cards, and it's going to be fantastic. So be on the lookout for that. All right, for Aaron, Manny, Marissa, Teddy in the back, Stats, Stu, thank you all for coming. I'm Bo Oliver. See ya. What a sign off. Everybody get the fuck out of here.
Did you rehearse that?